Right now, though, we want to talk to Montreal's Police Chief, FADY DAGHER. We have spoken before. He is back this afternoon. Once again, Chief DAGHER, thank you so much for your time.
Hello.
Let me begin. Look, I know when we spoke before, actually quite early when you took over the job, a lot of the issue for you, you said, admitted at the time, had to do with recruiting people. The fact that people have left the police force, we need to attract new people there. You're trying something, I guess it's fair to say, out of the box this time around. So this is not just someone who goes to Nicollet, to the police academy, takes the police training course and goes into the service. What are you looking to attract? Who are you looking to attract now?
Well, we're looking to attract the typical people who have the background, social background, community background, who had dealt with this mental health issues on the street, on the Maison de Transition. So people who had some experience, and to see how they can complete our team on the field. So instead of being maybe 20, 21 years old, maybe the profile that we're looking at is maybe 27, 28, 30 years old, people with more experience, more maturities, and they have already an experience in the community. So this is the kind of people we're looking into now.
So no police experience in that particular case, just experience, as you said, dealing with services like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because they're gonna have to go through anyway, Nicolette. But we need to mix the different experience that we have in the police force. So I think by having that mix between the traditional and the new profile, I think it's gonna be very interesting to serve the citizen in a better way.
Let me ask you something else. When I mentioned off the top about people leaving the force, we had you on the program back in July, and you announced, we talked about the fact then that there were about 400, you were trying to hope to hire about 450 police officers. You were offering to pay recruits an extra $10,000 to stay on the force for 5 years. How is that effort going?
Well, it's going very, very well. You're right. We announced in July that for the next few years, we're going to be paying Nicolette. So don't forget, Nicolette cost the student $10,500 net, which is $22,000 roughly before taxes. So instead of the people coming with the debts, they already have that not to worry about. Plus, the profile that we're looking at, those people who are 25, 28 years old, those people have jobs right now. So we're asking them to quit and to change the career. So the fact that we're offering Nicolette is going to help them having less debts. And we've been receiving a lot of CVs, but like I mentioned to you, the fact that we're paying Nicolette, they have to engage themselves to stay 5 years with us with the contract. And if they decide to leave before those 5 years, well, they're going to have to pay back that $10,000. It's one way for us to make sure that we can retain the people. Because it's not a question only about attracting the people, it's to keep them inside the forces.
Yeah, and that's been a problem even before you got there, right? The idea of retention. And we keep reading about people leaving the police force even now. Why do you think that's happening? What's your experience been in trying to talk to people to understand why they're leaving the police force?
Well, it's very complex. The police force is not anymore what it used to be when I came in the 90s. The police force now, it's when you work on the street, when we say serve and protect, it means serve and protect the people who are in the need, not to serve and protect or to arrest only criminals. Right now, we've been dealing a lot with mental health issues, family disturbance, fight between neighbors, intergenerational issues, interracial issues. So it's much more social, it's much more soft skills that we need to look into the recruit to make sure that the recruit have those soft skills to be able to deal with the gray zone. It's nothing is white, nothing is black. Everything is gray right now. So this is why it's complex to work in the police and in Montreal. To be honest with you, working in Montreal, there's a lot of media. The pressure on the media, people judge our work extremely fast. After one video is going through the social media right away, we condemn the police officer. So why to come in Montreal as a police officer instead of going to another neighborhood, another region with much more quiet, to take less risk? What I'm trying to explain to them is, if you want to be a police officer and make a difference in the community, a real difference, a deep difference, it is in Montreal, nowhere else, or in the big Montreal between Laval, Montreal, and Longueuil. So this is why I'm trying to give them as an idea, because most of them, they really want to help, they really want to protect and risk their life for the citizen. But I want to make sure they understand what kind of policing we need in 2023. It's not the same like it used to be in the 1990s.
Speaking with Montreal Police Chief FADY DAGHER, as I hear you explain this, I think to myself, because I remember reading something about this not that long ago, and I would ask you, beyond the fact that the nature of policing has changed as you describe it, how much, if any, do you think, given the time you've now been on the force, has to do with money, with salaries?
Oh, that's a great question, Aaron. I think the money, it is an issue. It will help. But the main issue is not the money. It's to bring the purpose. We have to make sure that the people that we are hiring, we show them what's the purpose of being a police officer in the 2020s, 30s, and 40s. Because money, at one point, you don't think about it. Yes, at the beginning, to be honest with you, when I came in Montreal, when I saw that the recruit were paid $36,000, working day, evening, and night, weekends, to risk their life, that was ridiculous. But now we pay them $53,000 after we signed the contract with the union. $53,000 plus now we're paying Nicolette. I think it's very interesting to come to Montreal, but it's not only about the money. That's why the training, the recruit training, it's going to start the 28th of August. We're going to immerse them in the community. We want them to stay in the community without uniform, without a gun, just stay with them and understand the code of the community, just to make sure that for the next 30 years, you know what you're getting into. It's very important. It's a moral contract between us and them.
You talk about getting into the community, and that's something people have said we lack, of course. Policing has changed. We used to have, cops walking the beat, and we don't really see that anymore. So I love the fact that you're bringing this up. I wonder, though, because one of the issues, of course, that comes up from time to time is the police force reflecting the cultural makeup of the city. How difficult has it been in terms of recruiting, to go to those cultural communities and say to them, you know what, we want you to consider becoming police officers as well?
Yeah, it's very difficult because it's not in the mentality of the cultural community. Take the example of me. I'm Lebanese, and I'm a background Lebanese and from Ivory Coast. I didn't say anything to my father until I graduated from Nicolette because I was too scared for his reaction. So we shouldn't focus we shouldn't focus on the candidate. We should focus on the families. So by participating to the community event in the weekend, sitting with them, having some kiosk in the community, explain them the profession of the police officer will help. But we need to go to those churches, to the mosque, to the temple, meet the family inside their own in the neighborhood where they grow up. Talk to the parents, talk to the family to explain to them what's the police in Montreal. And then slowly it's going to take time, but slowly it's going to happen. Just to give you an example, I think we're around 8 to 10% of minority visible in the police, but in Montreal we are around 40-45% minority visible. It doesn't make sense. We're still not the mirror of the community. We have to engage ourselves much more. And to be honest with you, with some community, there's a lot of mistrust between them and the police. Mm-hmm. They don't trust us. We have to get closer with them and build those bridges between us and the community.
Yeah, that's a big hurdle to overcome, right? That trust factor?
Yes, it's going to take years, but by being humble, open, and really want to get closer to the community, they will see that we want to change. We know we're not perfect. And when we make the mistake, let's not talk, I don't know how to say in English, but let's talk, let's say sorry, and let's learn from our mistake, and let's get on. Let's move on.
Chief, I'm going to ask you one last question. I'm not sure if this is fair or not. In the brief time you've been there, we know people have left. We know it's hard to get people, as you said, to come into the force. Have you ever gotten discouraged?
No, not at all. Trust me. No, not at all. If people ask me, did you regret to come back to Montreal? Honestly, I loved it when I was in Longueuil. I was the chief of police in Longueuil. I loved my experience, but I'm so happy to be back home. I was, some people immigrate in Canada or in Quebec. Me, I immigrate in Montreal. Montreal is my city. So to close my career, being back with my second family, with my police officers, it's an honor. I'm very, very proud to be back. And honestly, I love what I do. A lot of pressure, don't get me wrong. A lot of pressure, very short night of sleep, but still, I love what I do.
I wish you good luck. We all do. I thank you so much for your time once again.
I need some.
Well, fingers crossed from all of us.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Montreal Police Chief FADY Daghers. Let's go to traffic. At least, I mean, you got to say he's open and honest. That's something. Not always been the case with former police chiefs.